If you're a content creator, a live streamer, somebody who's looking to build their personal brand, you do not want to miss today's show. The creator economy is thriving, but there's got to be some implementations you put in place so you can get the most out of it. And also, we're giving away a brand new camera and a whole lot more. You got to make sure you come on back. You know, I'm starting to finally get it, guys. Welcome everybody. Come on in. Welcome to another episode of Nez Nation Live. We've got an unbelievable special guest for you today. Please make sure you smash that smash button. And I would love it if you could share this out. It would really mean a lot to me. Tag me on Twitter, share it to your community tab, share it on Facebook, share it everywhere, because y'all know sharing is caring. I finally understand. I finally get it. Why Mr. Beast gives away so much stuff. It's so much fun. I mean, holy macadamia nut. It's a blast to give away stuff. And so we've got so much to cover today. But yes, you watching and listening. And by the way, podcast listeners, replay viewers, if you're watching this, listening to this on the replay, don't fret. You're going to have a chance to enter and win a brand new Sony ZV-1 camera. That's a $1,000 camera I'm using it right now, and a whole lot more. So you want to stick around to the end. You want to watch and listen to this entire program. Live viewers, welcome. So good to see you. I can't wait to jump on into it. We got some great people here in the chat. Say hello. Say hello to your friends. Say hello to us. And before I talk to you guys in just a second, I just have to say that this show is brought to you by StreamYard and the good folks over at Donuts.inc, the .live creators. We're going to talk to the senior director of marketing, Rob Toledo, in a second. I'm going to bring him up. But I hear from you guys all the time. You say, Nez, what software do you use? Hey, Nez, I want to know. I want to be able to go live. Do I need to know all the technical wherewithal? Do I need to, be an expert in video and lighting and audio? No. StreamYard is your number one resource. Guys, I've been live streaming for almost a decade now. I feel like it's been 100 years. I've tried every platform, every software, every third-party encoder on planet Earth. This is the best program. So if you want a free trial, you can only get a free trial if you use the link in the description where you can try it out for free. We did some great giveaways on Sunday's stream. And by the way, you want to make sure you subscribe. Make sure you become a Nez Nation Insider, not only because when we announce the winner to today's contest, but I'm giving away more stuff. I'm not stopping. I am not stopping. This is only the beginning. So if you like free stuff, free tech, free gear, free tools, free merch, a whole bunch more, free consultations, I might even go crazy and give thousands of dollars of cash. I don't know. You want to make sure you sign up, make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow us. The best way to get notified is to become a Nez Nation Insider. It's absolutely free. It is a one-stop, easy, guaranteed way for you to get notified of when we do the giveaways, when we go live, and when I release the greatest videos and content on planet Earth, helping you grow your impact and income online. So all those links are in the description. Thank you so much to the good folks at StreamYard. We really appreciate you guys, our awesome partner. Okay, let's see who's here. We got our man Mark Sequence in the house. How you doing, Mark? Anthony is here. Eider is here. Good to see you. Maricel is in the house. Good to see you. The Boss Man is here. Great to see you. The best mods in the business. My man, Mr. Camera Junkie. Guys, you want to stick around. It's going to get heated. It's going to get beautiful. It's going to get fantastic. I can't even tell you how excited I am. I'm so excited I'm about to lose my voice, for crying out loud. Chris Stone in the house. Good to see you. My man Chris Stone is in the house. Free stuff and a secret. Exactly. Chris, we've gone bonkers here. We've absolutely gone bonkers here. Nano, good to see you, the boss man. Make sure you share this out, guys. So awesome to see you guys. I'm so proud. Look, before I bring on our awesome guest, Rob Toledo, who we're going to talk to you about, the title of this broadcast is, what every content creator needs, the secret weapon. If the Facebook, stoppage, that happened a few weeks ago taught us anything, it's that these platforms don't belong to us. If you've been listening to my shows, if you've been listening to my content, paying close attention, you know that creating your own IP, intellectual property, is a necessity. Look, I want you guys to do what I did. Leave my crappy jobs and do what I love, creating content full time. This is a business. You have to think like a business. And so you've got to build your credibility. You've got to build your ethos. You've got to have access to your people. That's why I'm telling you to go sign up at professornez.com/insider. So if YouTube shuts down tomorrow, if Facebook shuts down tomorrow, if Instagram dies, God forbid, I have access to you. I don't lose my entire business. Does this make sense? Give me a hashtag yeah in the chat if that makes sense. Doing It Live Today is here. Good to see you, brother. Make sure you hit that smash button. Hit that thumbs up. I'd really, really appreciate it. And please share this out. We want to get as many people here as possible. And don't forget, we've gone bonkers. We've gone absolutely bonkers here at Nez Nation. Totally, completely bonkers. We're going to be giving away a brand new Sony ZV-1 camera. I'm using it right now. It is one of the most amazing cameras, $1,000 value for content creators, live streamers. I'm streaming with it right now. We're also going to be giving away a whole lot more. So before, I bring on our guest to talk to us about this secret weapon that every content creator and live streamer needs, stick around. Stick around to the end of this video. Replay viewers, live viewers, podcast listeners, you got to stick around because we're doing insane giveaways. And I'm just so pumped. I'm just so excited. Who's excited? Who's excited? Give me a hashtag me if you're excited about this amazing giveaway. Look at that. Mr. Camera Junkie. We got the best mods on planet Earth. We got the best mods on planet Earth here. Mr. Camera Junkie, whose entire channel is all about helping you with the best cameras and tech gear. If he gives a vote of approval, if he endorses it, it's got to be good. If he endorses it, it's got to be good. And so I'm so excited, guys. Stick around, hang out, and you're going to have a blast, and you're going to learn what I mean when I say this is the secret weapon that everybody needs. I mean, every content creator needs. It's just a fact. It's just an absolute fact. So I'm so super excited. We're going to bring on our guest very, very shortly. I see a bunch of me's. Fantastic. Great. You guys all love giveaways. I mean, Halloween's coming up. The holidays are coming up. You know what I should do? I should wear a Santa hat. I should wear a Christmas hat. Who needs Santa Claus when you've got Santa Nez? Okay, maybe that didn't work. I apologize. That wasn't good. I apologize. Angelique is in the house. Angelique was our big winner. Mark Sequence, you missed out, brother. This is why I keep telling you, Mark, you got to get on top of it. Everybody's got to get on top of it. Angelique was our top prize winner yesterday of the free License Pro account for StreamYard. And who knows, she might win the camera and other prizes as well. So you got to stick around. Okay, guys, without further ado, I see our awesome guest in the green room. I'm going to bring him up in just a second. We're going to have a great conversation about the secret weapon that every content creator needs to defeat algorithms, to never be at the mercy of platforms ever again. You have to listen to this conversation. It's going to blow your mind, and it's going to be profoundly valuable. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my awesome, esteemed guest. He is the Senior Director of Marketing at Donuts Inc. and the creator of the .live domain. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big warm welcome to Mr. Rob Toledo. Rob, what's up, brother?
Hey, Nez. Thank you for that great introduction. Nice to see you this morning.
It's awesome to see you too, Rob. Before we get cooking on all the amazing stuff we have planned today, do me a favor. Why don't you give our Nez Nation audience just a little bit of a background of what your background is, how you come to be the Senior Director of Marketing, and a little bit about your story, and then we're going to jump right into it.
Sounds great. Thank you. And thanks to everybody for joining today. Really excited to, talk to you about .live, but also learn from you. We get a lot of comments and chat when I do these live stream interviews, and it's just great to learn from my audiences. So really quickly, I've been doing digital marketing and advertising for about 20 years. I started working for a digital ad agency many years ago. Seems like a really long time ago. And I've really kind of grown up professionally in this digital transformation, as many of us have. When I graduated from college, I had an email address. That's about it. And fast forward 20 plus years, and we're doing live streams, all the time. And Web3 is, we're right knocking on the door of Web3. So I did that for many, many years. I also worked for a couple of Fortune 500 brands. And then I discovered Donuts Inc., which is one of the largest operators of new top-level domains. So the traditional domains that you can, top-level domains like .com, .org, and .net, we all grew up with the internet. But over the past 7 or 8 years, there's now a collection of about 1,000 different top-level domains that people can use. Top-level domain, to be clear, is a domain extension, and what's to the right of the dot. And I was just fascinated by the fact that at Donuts we had literally 20 categories of approximately, which total up to about 300 top-level domains. So, for example, if you're in the fitness industry, you can end in a .fitness or .training. If you are, let's think about this. If you're a restaurant, you could end your domain in .cafe or .restaurant. And if you're, a content creator, you can end in things like .live or .video. So there are literally endless opportunities to really kind of correctly brand yourself using your domain name. And I was just fascinated by that, and thought, when I was offered the job, I thought, I got to try this. I think we have a really big opportunity to just give people domain names that really make sense for their business, no matter what it is. And I've had the privilege of spending a lot of time speaking to lots of small businesses, entrepreneurs, learning about what they are trying to accomplish in their world. And I think new top-level domains in particular, and we'll talk about this a lot today, .live can really help live streaming entrepreneurs and creators grow their audiences, and actually make a career out of doing this going forward.
Wow.
So that's why I'm here today, and that's my background, Nez.
Yeah, I love that. That's fantastic. Rob, thank you so much for sharing that. And it obviously shows that you know your stuff when it comes to digital marketing. Guys, I've been saying this for, I can't even tell you how long. If you really want to take this seriously, even if you're just doing this for fun, which I know this awesome Nez Nation audience, most of you guys, 90%, if not more, you really want to turn this into a full-time thing, and you want to nurture a thriving community, you need to think like a business. Everything is happening in this ecosystem. Rob, I want to ask you this for our Nez Nation audience. if I'm somebody listening and watching right now, and I'm like, you know what, Rob, I just want to go live on Facebook. I just have my Facebook business page, facebook.com/XYZ. Or, I have my YouTube channel. Why should I spend money? It's already pretty cumbersome, spending money on equipment, which, by the way, we've got a huge giveaway. Stick around. But why should I, if I have all these awesome platforms and they already give me a domain and I can send people there, what's the point of having something like a .live, .fitness, or what is the importance of domain recognition and identity?
Yeah, this is a great question. And I will tell you that I didn't know the answer to this question until I started talking to live streamers who really discovered how .live can help them grow their audiences and ultimately grow their revenue. So here's what I learned. We noticed that a lot of people live streamers were creating redirects, which is basically using a domain name and having it drive specifically to a live stream on any platform. It can be Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, doesn't matter. Whatever platform it is, you can actually create a short, memorable, very brandable .live domain that drives directly to your live streams. And so we noticed people were doing this. We weren't doing any marketing to these people. And there were a couple of very easy answers. The first one is that there's no better way to brand yourself than to use a URL that very specifically brands who you are. So whatever your brand is, so Nez, you use ProfessorNez.live, for example. You also use NezNation.live. So those are two brands that you really want to grow and become household names. So, and then you're a live streamer, and you're a consultant and all that kind of thing. So Professor Nez plus .live is simply a great way to brand, because anytime anyone sees your domain name, that's a brand impression. And so that was the number one thing, is people said, we discovered that if we get our brand plus .live, it's kind of like a who you are to the left of the dot and what you do live streaming to the right of the dot. That's the best way to brand yourself online. So that was the number one reason. And the second reason, and this is super important and one that I really didn't know about, is that it enables you to own your little piece of the internet, and so that you're not totally beholden to the platforms. And when I talk about platforms, as I mentioned, it could be Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. They're all great. And I think they all help the live streaming entrepreneur get going, start their business, build their audiences. But over time, it's really important for, like you said, Nez, earlier, to think about your live stream as a real business. And, you don't want to expose yourself to too much risk. So if you're on a specific platform and, for whatever reason, the algorithms change and your live stream is showing up less in searches, you're kind of, you're just at the mercy of the platform. And so what we learned is that a lot of people, they would, and I don't have a preference for platforms. That's not really my area of expertise, but I'll just use this as an example. If people are, we noticed that a lot of gamers were on Twitch, but then for some reason, as the algorithms changed and they felt like they weren't getting as many views for their streams, they got a .live and then they switched to YouTube, or in some cases they switched to Trovo, which is another gaming streaming site. And basically it gave them the flexibility to be able to use the domain name. If they were previously on Twitch, you can keep your same domain name and then you can just redirect it to your YouTube stream. That's an example. And so that's really,
so you don't even have to, really quickly, Rob, I love this, because you're saying you don't even have to set up an entire infrastructure. You can do a redirect, still get that ethos and credibility of having for example, let's say Anthony here, who says, when I have money, I'll do a .live. And this is an interesting question, but I think we just answered it too. Doing Live Today just asked, when I have more money, I'll do a .live. Here's the thing, guys. It's not the fact that you have to set up this entire AKA landing page, website, host it and all that, although I would recommend doing that. But here's the cool thing. You get the credibility. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rob. You get the credibility. You show your audience that you're a real live streamer, content creator who takes this seriously. And and it still can redirect to whatever platform you desire. Is that correct, Rob? I don't think a lot of people know that.
Yeah, that's a great question. So yes, basically the way we think it makes sense for live streamers is find the .live domain that works best for you. Your brand plus .live. You can register that. It's a very inexpensive tool. You don't have to spend a lot of money, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So step one is get that brand, get your brand plus .live. Step two is then you can use it in any way you want. You can have it drive to a website, and a lot of people are using Linktree or Beacons, for example. Those are two platforms where you can set up a kind of a quick, easy site where it shows, your .live domain will take you to that website, and then shows all the links to the different content that you're creating across platforms or different places on the internet. That's one use case. Another use case, which I brought up, is the redirect. So I met a couple of guys who are Amazon live shopping influencers. Jim and Chris run the brand dealcasters.live. And what they do is basically they use dealcasters.live to go directly to their most recent live stream. And the reason is because they want people to see that. So they've built their brand, dealcasters.live is really, the easy way to remember it. And then anytime anybody types that into a search engine, Bing, Google, doesn't matter, it takes people directly to their live stream. And then,
that's phenomenal. That's awesome.
And the key here for Anthony, I think his name was, is, basically what this does, this prevents the platforms from, denying you any sort of traffic. It basically allows you to, at any given time, be on any platform. All you have to do is simply redirect the domain to the specific live stream. It's very easy. Once you do it once, you'll never forget how to do it again. And, you kind of own your own little piece of the internet, and you can drive your audience that you've worked hard to build over time specifically to where you want it to go. So I think that's a huge, it's a huge trend too. I've done some research, and there's a consulting firm called SignalFire, and last year they said that one of the biggest trends among live streamers and content creators is finding ways to reduce their reliance on the platforms and being able to actually own their little piece of the internet. It's their own little digital real estate. And that's really what .live and a domain name can do for you.
You know what I think is so great about what you just said, Rob, if I may?
Please do.
Yeah. Thank you. Guys, I want you to really hear the severity of what Rob just said and the significance. If you're a YouTuber, if you're a live streamer on Twitch, and you try to share it, maybe you've got a Facebook group, maybe you've got a thriving Facebook page or profile. If you share that URL to that platform and Facebook even sees, I know this for a fact because I study SEO and algorithms. I eat, sleep, and breathe that stuff every day for my clients and for my business because I'm doing this full time. Guys, listen to me. What Rob just said is tantamount to your success in today's creator economy as a content creator and a live streamer. Because if Facebook even sees anything related to YouTube or any even like if you think you're clever and you try to hide it somehow, it's going to kill your post. What Rob is saying, you don't have to set up an entire, entity. But by getting a .live or whatever is appropriate for your brand, maybe .fortnite or .gamer or whatever, .twitch streamer, I don't know. But what I'm saying is that getting that redirect allows you to share with your audience omni-channel power and capability without ever ruining the post or having the algorithm say, hey, wait a minute, why is Nez sharing a Facebook Live on LinkedIn? LinkedIn doesn't like that. Mm-hmm. Hey, why is Nez sharing a Facebook Live on YouTube? YouTube doesn't like that. Look, these platforms are all in business. And their number one goal is to keep people on the platform. Obviously, they can't pay tabs and pay attention to everything you're doing. So they have algorithmic mechanisms at work to pick up on specific phraseologies and keywords. And I'm telling you right now, if they see an external link that says YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, whatever, they're going to kill your post. This ability to buy a domain, and we're going to talk about how unbelievably, I mean, you guys spend, what, $7 on a coffee at Starbucks? You know, do you want to talk about this really quick, Rob? Because we are getting questions about this, but I still want to ask some more questions about why people need a .live and why people need this domain identity, because it's so crucial. You will never be at the mercy of algorithms ever again in your business. But Rob, do you want to talk real quickly about the glasses are off. Once the glasses come off, you know I mean business, y'all.
Yeah.
Hit that like button, y'all. Share this out. But Rob, do you want to talk really briefly about that? And then I'll put up the screen share of our awesome site. Do you want to talk about that just really quickly?
Sorry, you want me to talk about what specifically?
Like people are saying I don't have the money to do this, and I'm saying you spend $7 on a mochaccino, woka, whatever.
Yes.
You know, they spend probably $7 a day on coffee. Don't you think this is worth it? And how much would it be?
Well, so here's the thing. So again, the other thing, you know, like I said, I really learned about this by talking about other live streamers. And the one of the big things that they told me is like, this is, you know, and you said this earlier, Doc, this is a secret weapon. It's a secret weapon for two reasons. One, most people, you know, frankly, don't know about it yet. They have, this is still kind of early. .live is still in the early days. There are literally hundreds of thousands of people who use it, but you know, there are millions of live streamers out there. So I think .live will be just.
So you need to jump in now. You need to jump in now.
Exactly. Because domain names are not, you know, once a domain name is gone, it's gone. You can't double up. So if somebody has your same name or your same brand and they get the .live before you do, you know, you're out of luck. And then you have to come up with a compromise. But the second thing is, the reason why it's a secret weapon is because it's truly the least expensive tool in the marketing toolkit for a live streamer. So what happens is, you know, generally domain names are a few dollars each year. And what we're doing today is, and for Nez's audience, is we're doing two things actually. We're giving you a discount on the .live domain name. So on any standard .live domain name, some of them are premium and are quite expensive, but I would say 99.9% of all domains are standard. If you register through this promotion, we'll give it to you for $1.99. So it's $2. So what is that? It's less than a third of the cost of the coffee that Nez is referring to.
It's nothing. It's literally nothing.
Yeah. And I think the value there is almost intangible. You cannot put a price tag on how much this would cost. So if you're spending $2 to get this domain name and you can use it to build your brand, kind of own your own piece of real estate, reduce your reliance on the platforms, this is a huge opportunity. And then in addition to the, the promotion price that we're giving everybody, we're actually going to do a giveaway. And so anybody who registers a domain name over the next couple of weeks, but I recommend doing it right now, you have a chance to win a Sony ZV-1 digital camera.
Holy macadamia nut!
Yeah, and that's the
hey Rob, what else do they get? They don't just get that. There's also an opportunity to do what?
And then there's also a personal branding consultation that you get from, you guessed it, Professor Nez.
Which by the way is not cheap, y'all. My consultations, which have grown businesses' revenue by millions of dollars, my consultations are thousands of dollars. Look at the value that you get for $1. I mean, Rob, am I seeing this right? Because I think I'm hallucinating. Is it really $1.99 a year?
Well, it's $1.99 for the first year. It ends up being about $20 a year in subsequent years, and that's
which is still nothing. Which is literally still nothing, because my wife, I literally just got a ping right now on my email. If you're a married man, you know this. My wife has all my credit cards. I get pings on my email. My wife spends probably $15, $20 a day just on Starbucks. And we're talking about something that is absolutely essential for your business, something that boosts your credibility, something that shows your audience. I have to say this really quickly. Rob, and I know you're going to agree with me. Everybody listen to me very carefully. I am living proof of this. The glasses are coming off. The perception of value is in most cases almost more important than the actual value. Now, if you're like me and Rob and most of this awesome, sophisticated Nez Nation audience, if you marry value with the perception of value, you're invincible. What do I mean? You go into a restaurant that maybe you get a cocktail, okay? And let's say it's like an Applebee's or a Chili's. That very same drink at Applebee's, which costs probably $4 or $5, you go to a 5-star hotel, it costs 10, 15 times more. What's the difference? The difference is nothing. It's the same drink, but it's the presentation, it's the perception of value. So guys, please listen to this. If you have a powerful representation, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about a powerful representation. Never mind all the other benefits, redirecting, circumventing the algorithm, the secret weapon for content creators. But you give your audience the perception of value. You show them. People take it seriously. If you have a clunky, long, ugly link URL that has all these characters and it's blah, 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 which I know you've all seen, that will kill your brand. It will kill your business. Trust me when I say this, $1.99 for the first year is a joke. It's an absolute joke. And on top of that, the fact that you could win a camera. I mean, I'm going to lose. Rob, you need to take over because I'm losing my mind.
No, that's great. Well, yeah, for everybody who's listening, when Nez and I first started talking about what we were going to do for this, we really felt like we wanted to bring a super valuable, we wanted to bring you the knowledge. We wanted to bring you a little bit of education. And then, but we also wanted to have people, really get something out of this. I personally believe that once you register your .live domain name and you actually use it, and you can use it in different ways, and I'm happy to talk a little bit further about some interesting kind of use cases, you'll probably never give it up because it's your brand. You're not going to change your brand. So I feel really good about you guys just getting the right .live domain name, registering it, using it, and you'll see the power of it as it goes over time. If you don't like it, you don't have to renew it each year either. But we know that once people use it and they realize the value and how much it delivers for their business, they never give it up. And then, I've watched a bunch of Nez's, I've seen a bunch of his content, videos. I've talked to other people that know him, and he seems to be like one of the most important personal branding, live streaming consultants out there. And so we feel like the combination of winning the camera, but also getting his consultation is of huge value to you guys. It'll provide value for the rest of your career as a live streamer. So we feel like this is, without sounding corny, we just felt like we wanted to make sure that this was one of the more interesting and beneficial long-term opportunities for you guys to take advantage of. So I really appreciate Nez, kind of throwing in a free consultation along with this. And again, the ZV-1 camera is, I am not a live streamer expert, but when I talk to people, they say this.
Hey, Rob, you're pretty good though. I got to be honest. You're pretty good at this. Hey guys, in the chat, put a hashtag Rob Rocks in the chat right now. Give me a hashtag Rob Rocks in the chat right now. And then just really quickly, Rob, because I want to get into the actual case studies.
Yeah.
Everybody who's watching and listening, replay viewers, live viewers, go to name.com/Nez Nation. When you sign up and register, not only do you get an awesome, credible, beautiful domain, but you enter the contest with a chance to win a brand new camera and a consultation. And who knows, I might even throw in more because I'm losing my mind. I love this so much. I believe in this so much. We might even go even further. So make sure you register. There'll be links in the description, replay viewers. There's a link in the pinned comment. There's also a link in the show notes, podcast listeners. So please make sure that you do that. Go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So Yeah, just like another thing that I wanted to bring up is that .live can be used in a lot of different ways. And I mentioned this a couple times, but I thought I'd call this out. The most common use case is really what we talked about at first, which is the redirect to your live stream. And again, that's all about, if whether you're at YouTube, Facebook, Amazon Live Shopping, you basically get as the URL that you get from them, it's basically their brand plus a lot of random characters, which is how they just distinguish between the individual users or streamers, right? That domain actually has no value to you as a streamer. And that's why if you get a .live domain as a redirect, literally every time somebody goes to your live stream, they see your brand and they're not going to forget it. My favorite examples. So I know a gamer, actually he's a gamer, but he actually owns 2 retail stores in Seattle where he sells vintage video games. The name of the store is Pink Gorilla. So catchy, cool name. He's kind of a wild and crazy guy. He uses pinkgorilla.live as his redirect.
Unlike me, right, Rob?
You are calm, cool, and collected compared to Pink Gorilla. But what he does, and then he's got a great intro video, right, where he kind of does all kinds of wacky stunts and things in his store. And the combination of using pinkgorilla.live plus that great kind of intro video, it's unforgettable. So it's a great example of a brand builder. Dealcasters, I mentioned before, they are Amazon live shopping influencers. I don't know if you're familiar, but Amazon is, there are more than 1,000 now people who are actually doing live shopping or live selling, I should say, on Amazon. Nez is doing this also. Dealcasters told me a great story where at first it was very hard to get people to grow their audience on their live stream because it was really hard to share the URL because it was literally like 42 characters. They got dealcasters.live. So from a branding standpoint, it worked really well for them. But also what they said is from an SEO standpoint, which is a critical piece for any business, doesn't matter if you're a live streamer or, a law firm, if you don't effectively develop an SEO strategy, people are just not going to find you as much as they would if you did. And so what was interesting for them is because they put .live as a keyword in their domain name, when people were searching for live streaming and deals in Amazon shopping, their SEO, they ended up showing up in significantly more organic searches. And so
that's every content creator's dream.
Exactly. So they ended up
or at least it should be.
Yeah, it's critical. And so while the domain
Can you talk really quickly, Rob, about why that's critical to the audience?
Well, yeah. So there's kind of 2 ways to get traffic. One, you can buy the traffic, or you can build it through organic. And SEO's been around since the internet's been around. A smart SEO strategy is not just the domain name, but one of the components is having keywords in your domain name, and those work for 2 reasons. One is if you have the live as a keyword in your domain name, you're more likely to show up for people searching for content like yours that's live. In addition to that, what we've learned, and Dealcasters told me this specifically, and we've heard this from others, is that when you show up on the first page on Google, having .live in the domain name, which people can see in the search result, makes them more likely to click on it because they know that that's live content. If it
absolutely.
Yeah, dealcasters.com, nobody knows what that is. Dealcasters.live, they know there's some sort of live streaming content behind that domain name. And so they told us that they're showing up so much more on the first page. So they're getting a lot more. So that's good. And then B, they're getting a higher click-through rate because they have .live in their domain name. So they've gotten
that is absolute gold.
Number. Yeah. They wouldn't share the exact number, which I totally understand. But they said that they've gotten exponentially more organic traffic as a result of using the domain. So that's a great reason to use it.
If I could just really quickly, just to add to that, guys, being an online business owner for decades, let me tell you something. Every business, and by the way, content creator, live streamer with the creator economy, that's a business. It's actually the fastest rising small business. I don't even know if you know this, Rob, a 32% increase from the previous year. in small business owners who are content creators. I want to say this. This is what Rob just said is mountainous as far as impact. Every business needs two things: traffic and conversion. I don't care if you're brick and mortar. I don't care if you're online. You need people in the store, right? You need feet in the store. You need traffic in the store. Then you have to have a compelling offer. Once you get that traffic, what do you do with it? I have spent an exorbitant amount of money on paid traffic, SEO, search, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, Google AdWords. I've spent an exorbitant amount of money on paid traffic. What Rob is talking about is literally not only every content creator, live streamer's dream, but every small business owner's dream. And I'm living proof that what he's saying is absolutely correct. If you present yourself in the right way and you have a compelling brand identity, credible message, which that domain, I don't know if you understand this or not, it gives you that credibility rather than some clunky, long, ugly. We've all seen those. If they click, then you've got them. If they see that and they see, wow, then you've got traffic. What we're talking about here is the essential component, because it doesn't matter how good your product or service, how good your live stream is, how good your content is. If you don't get eyeballs and earballs, we're all in the attention business. If you don't get the attention, if you don't get the traffic, you got a giant goose egg. I had to add that, Rob. I love what you just said.
No, that's a good point. That reminds me, many of you may be familiar with, branded short link solutions like Bitly or Rebrandly. Those companies, they offer short links, which you can include in social posts and things like that. Both companies have done a study and they got the same exact result, which is a branded domain name gets a 30% higher click-through rate than a domain name with random characters. So if you use, and this is Bitly's study. If you use a Bitly link, it's Bitly / 15 random characters or whatever, they know that if you use a branded domain, and .live is a great example, they know that you get approximately a 30% increase in clicks. And the reason that is because people don't want to click on a link where they don't have no idea what's behind it. Because they may be going to irrelevant content. They may be going to some sort of strange phishing site. People just don't want to click on random links. If you're branded, if your link is branded, your domain is branded, people are going to click on it. Like I said, 30% more than they do with a random one. So that's another good selling point. And Nez, you reminded me of that stat. Feel free to look it up on the net. Look up like Bitly, branded links, click-through rates. And that study is everywhere on the internet. So that's another great reason to get a domain name.
I just love this information. If you love this information, give me a hashtag yeah in the chat. And I want to know who's registered. Make sure you registered. Again, let me screen share. If you guys want to, have your opportunity. I mean, not only, you should really do this without even wanting to get a free camera or a free consultation from me worth thousands of dollars. But we're throwing that in there too. I'm telling you guys, this is how you take your content, how you take your business, how you take your brand, how you take your credibility online to the next level. Show people you mean business. I know if you're just like me, I get emails all the time from people saying, hey, try out this or come to our show. Email lists after email blast after email blast. And it's a very clunky, very unprofessional. It's almost, very suspicious, almost like phishing emails. This circumvents all of that. Never mind, it's the ultimate algorithm killer, but it's a perfect, beautiful, easy way to just add that veneer, add that professionalism and that ethos to your brand. So make sure you go get your .live domain. The link is pinned in the comments. Replay viewers, podcast listeners, it's in the description and the show notes. We're going to be doing the actual giveaway live in a few weeks. So you want to make sure you register, make sure you share this out, make sure you tell all your friends. And also, here's another thing too, Rob, and maybe you can speak to this. By really sharing this and spreading this amazing news, you actually can build relationships. It's a great way to build relationships for you. Say there's somebody you've always wanted to talk to. Maybe there's an influencer. Say, hey, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's this awesome special deal, on getting your very own .live domain. Maybe you know a live streamer. Maybe you know a content creator. Share this with them. And you could even tell them they have an opportunity to win an awesome prize. Prizes, plural. So make sure that you register, make sure you enter, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and become a Nez Nation insider at professornez.com/insider, because you don't want to miss the actual announcement of the contest winners. Rob, you got anything else for us today before we?
I was just going to add to that a little bit. So a couple little things. One is when you go to name.com/NezNation, there's a little button that says I agree to the official sweepstakes rules. Make sure you click on that button. You could even demo it if you want, Nez. You have to click that button first, and then you can search. And that's because we need people to see the sweepstakes rules. They're pretty straightforward, but that's just kind of a technical thing. So if you do that, then you can get your domain name. You can get as many domain names as you want. .bonkers does not exist, but I love it. You own Professor Nez, so you'd have to put in something like if you just did nez.live, that would come up. But point is, this is unlimited. So a lot of people who use .live, they use 3 or 4 domains for different reasons. So if you want to get 3 or 4, A, you get more domains at a great low price. B, that increases your chance to win. And as Nez said, we would love for you guys to share this with anyone and everyone you know. I think, I love calling this the secret weapon, because when people discover it, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't know that already existed. That getting a .live domain name was an opportunity for me to grow my business like this. So that's, people don't know about it. So the more you share, the better. And as Nez, as you said, you become more influential when you start sharing cool, tricks, tips, and things that help your live streaming community. So
you need to add, hey, hey, Rob, you need to add .bonkers, because I want that.
Okay. We can talk about that later. Sounds great. But, I also wanted to say thanks. I mean, I have really enjoyed learning about and becoming a part of the live streaming community. I've met so many great people. What I love about it is people are so willing to help each other out.
Antoine registered. Anthony registered. Fantastic.
Great. So to me, this is just one of those places, the live streaming community, anyone I've ever talked to seems to be genuinely interested in, building their own business, but also helping others. And so to me, this has been really rewarding. We love to be on the side of the small business. And like I said, you're going to have a bunch of different tools and learnings and things that you do to grow your business. And we believe that .live can be one of those very easy, inexpensive and, ways to build your business and has, amazing long-term value, no matter which platforms you're on or, what direction you take your live stream or your content in. .live can be that brand builder for life.
Yeah. I mean, imagine, Brendan Sparks .live, Anthony Locke .live, Antoine Computer Pal Inc. .live, Mark Sequence .live, Grow with Angie .live. I mean, that has power. And most of the guys and gals, especially replay viewers and live viewers alike, I know you guys know how powerful that is. I know we have a very sophisticated audience, the greatest online community on the planet at Nez Nation here. You guys know this, but it's just nice to get a reminder. And anybody new watching, anybody new joining us, I hope you got a ton of value from this. And Rob, I just have to say, man, I'm just so grateful for you and the great people over at Donuts. And the fact that this .live campaign is so awesome and it's so beneficial for us business owners and content creators. Everybody do a big thank you to Rob Toledo, Senior Director of Marketing at Donuts Inc., the creator of the .live domain. Everybody should register immediately. Don't forget, a brand new, I'm using it right now, Rob, a brand
That's
new
right.
Sony ZV-1 camera. This is an $800, $1,000 camera plus a lot more. Consultation, a personal branding consultation with MUA, which isn't cheap, which is not cheap. And so you guys, and you know what? I might even add more to that too. So you guys need to register so you can enter the contest. We're going to do a live announcement in the coming weeks. You have to subscribe. You have to follow. And here's also something I want to say. Make sure you become a Nez Nation insider. Go to professornez.com/insider. Links in the show notes, links in the description. That is your guaranteed way of getting notified. I would love for you to subscribe, obviously. I'd love for you to follow, but go register to our powerful insider newsletter. And that is really how you can almost guarantee your notification of when the actual contest announcement winner is announced. I'm sweating right now, Rob, because I'm so excited. I'm so excited I might explode. I'm not even kidding you.
Wow, I love it. Well, listen, I just want to say thank you. It's been great. I've learned so much from you just about the live streaming community, like how it works. And, it's been great. I'm an insider. And
Good.
That's how you learn. So I encourage everybody else to join Nez. I encourage everybody to get a .live domain name. I wish everyone well and hope they do. I hope that all of your live streaming goals, I hope you achieve them, and .live can help you get there.
Hey, really quickly, Rob, stick around for just a second.
Sure.
I want to just give a big shout out to everybody who's been listening and watching. And also, if anybody has any questions on what, for our awesome guest, Rob Toledo, Senior Director of Marketing at Donuts Inc., the creator of .live domain. If anybody has any questions really quickly, I see Mark Sequence, who's a real character. Hey, Rob, if you think I'm bonkers, you're going to love Mark Sequence. But Mark says, and again, just really quickly, because I respect Rob's time, and I actually have another client meeting coming up soon, but I want to just see if anybody has any last second questions. Good to see you, Side Hustle Shuffle. Mark says, Rob, maybe you can address this. Already registered, not quite sure what to do with it. What are your suggestions, Rob?
Great. So the first thing I would do, Mark, is I don't know what you have out there, what properties you've built, but the first thing you can do is you can I would have it drive directly to a live stream if you're doing live stream, or you can redirect it to a website. Does that make sense? Let's see. You know what I should do really quickly is I should put how to create a redirect, the link.
Yeah, actually put that in the chat. And actually, I think you sent that to me, right, Rob?
I've sent it to you. We should include it. It's a little bit of a long link. Let's see.
Yes.
Sorry. Let's see. Here we go. Can people see that? So name.com, which is a sister company of ours. Can people see that in the private chat?
You know what? I'm going to put it. That's the private chat. But
sorry.
I'm going to actually put it in the main chat. Thank you, Rob.
I'm only seeing the private chat. I'm sorry.
So how to use the redirect, right? This one?
Exactly. It basically says it teaches you how it walks you through, once you've registered your domain, it walks you through how to set it up so that if you are driving traffic to YouTube, for example, the YouTube domain still kind of sits there in the background, but the redirect is the one that you can share around. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and by the way, I've done this with my Nez Nation Live domain, and it's absolutely phenomenal. It literally takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It literally takes 2 seconds to do this. And also, I just got an email real fast. I want to say this. Cherry, if you're watching, Cherry from the inbox.org just said, Nez, I signed up for 2 domains. Since I moved to Tennessee, I've had more time to think about it and decided this was the sign I really needed to start. Oh my God.
Great.
Cherry, I just have to say this. This is why I love doing what I do. It's not about the vanity metrics. It's not about even the money, even though we all need to make money. To me, it's more important that we create impact. And Rob Toledo, you're creating impact, brother. That's an awesome email.
Yeah, that's great. And so what I wanted to say is that we hear this a lot from people. A lot of times people have, 8 or 10 different, business ideas or hobbies or whatever it is, passions that they really want to go after. Domain names, when you get one.
Nice. Cali Reseller just registered. Nice, Lewis.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Sometimes what it takes is to make the commitment is to actually get that domain name. It's like seeing your name in lights, right? You're legit. You're getting going, and so it's a great starter. It's go find the domain name, the .live domain name that works for you. Register it. It's $2, like we talked about, and then look at it, and maybe that helps you take that next step.
Anthony just registered. Fantastic, Anthony.
Great. Good for you.
Oh, he says his mom is registering. I love it. His mom is registering. This is fantastic.
Is it Anthony's mom? Anthony's mom.live? Is that?
Yeah. What is it, Anthony? What did she register? If you don't mind sharing. I have another question here, Rob, from Angelique, who's an awesome. Angelique actually won our previous giveaway, so she's got luck on her side. But Angelique says, "What do you suggest? Move all domains or stick with one vendor?" Her previous statement was, "I made a mess when I got domains from different places. Now I can't use them right. What do you suggest, Rob?"
Well, it's a great question, Angelique, and it really depends on the person. I find that a lot of people like to keep their domains in one place, and so that could be a good suggestion. Any domain retailers are called registrars. So whether it's GoDaddy or Name.com or Namecheap, I don't know where you have yours. All of those companies make it possible for you to transfer your domains from one to another. So I would say pick the registrar that is easiest for you to use, that you like the most. It could be Name.com, it could be GoDaddy. I mean, we own and operate the Name.com registrar, but I want people to use the registrars that work best for them. In order to become eligible for this giveaway, you do need to register the domain at name.com. Afterwards, if you want to transfer it, that's totally fine. But we can't track registrations for the giveaway at every single registrar out there. So if you register at name.com, you can contact you can go into the chat at name.com and say, "Hey, I want to transfer my domain name," and they'll transfer it where you want. Or you can move your stuff to name.com. It's up to you. But yeah, keeping it in one place may be a good idea for you, Angelique.
Okay, she also follows up and says, "I used GoDaddy, but I bought some from Bluehost. That was weird, and bought one from Google. Can't even use it because it's too weird on the back end." That's why you need a .live domain.
Yeah. That's part of it. If you have one .live or just 2 or 3, because some people use multiple ones, then you can kind of just drive all your content using that short list of URLs.
Nano just registered, Rob. We got another register from Nano, Tech for Your Needs, who's an awesome, by the way.
Fantastic.
Nano has been with me, Rob, really quickly. Nano has been with me, Luis. He has been with me since Periscope days. We're talking 6 years of live streaming straight.
That's incredible.
And he is one of the OG Nez Nation members. Nano, I love you to death, brother. Good for you. He's an awesome live streamer, by the way, in his own right.
That's great. I'm taking notes so I can look people up. I love to do this. Oh,
so Anthony registered his mom's domain, and he says, Anthony registered his mom's domain, and he said, "My mom is starting a YouTube channel." Awesome. For plants and gardening. That's awesome, Anthony. Congratulations.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, good, Angelique. I hope that was helpful. I'm seeing your answer there.
Okay, perfect. Well, hey, Rob, I just want to say really quickly on behalf of our Nez Nation audience, it means the absolute world to me that you're here and that you're doing this. You show that you care about the people you serve. And I am one of your customers. I am one of your loyalists. And the fact that you've taken time out of your day and taken time out of your schedule to be here with us and share and really, promote this amazing giveaway is just mind-blowing. And you have a lifetime fan in Nez Nation. And who knows? I think, how many people think we should probably bring Rob back for another guest spot, another slot on Nez Nation Live, give me a hashtag yeah in the chat because I'm for that. And so, Rob, the invitation is always out there, brother. And don't forget. And Rob, I'll let you speak to a few things before you go as well.
Yeah, sure.
Don't forget, we're going to be doing, not only do you need this, forget the giveaway, but you need this for your business and brand. It's completely within anybody's budget, I would argue. If you buy a bottled water or buy Starbucks, you can get a domain name. And so I'm telling you right now, not only is this instrumental for your brand and business, but you get a shot at winning amazing prizes, a brand new Sony camera, a free personal branding consultation. Holy macadamian nut. It doesn't get better than that. Hey, Rob, I'm seeing a bunch of yas, so maybe you need to come back on. But Rob, before you go, tell our Nez Nation audience any last things they should know or any final thoughts. The floor is yours, my friend.
Thanks. So my closing statement is this. I think that this is one of the most exciting spaces to be in. Live streaming, content creation. I think if you're paying attention to anything, the internet's changing, and the platforms had their run and they still play a role. But I think that it's critical that people get their own little piece of the internet. You can build your brand with a .live domain. It costs $2 to start. And no matter which direction the internet goes, you'll always have your .live domain, and so that's something that you can hold on to forever. We believe that the getting a domain, especially with .live for the live streaming audience, has absolute huge lifetime value. And so we encourage you to get yours now. And then I just wanted to finally say thanks to Nez. It's been great to get to know him over the last several weeks. I think getting a consultation from him would be just a huge leapfrog for people who are looking to get an edge, whether it's personal branding, live streaming, all the things that he talks about. And it's just been a pleasure to get to know him. And thanks to everyone for taking your time to listen. And I'll just plug it one more time, but name.com/NezNation. Over the next couple of weeks, get in there, get your .live domain names. And then I'd love to come back and I'd love to learn about what people are doing with their .live domain names, how it's helping. So that might be a great
definitely
way to come back is let's bring some people in who got their .live. How are they using it? How is it helping them? And it's great learning for us so that we can spread the word and help other live streamers as well. So
as a matter of fact, excellent words, Rob. Thank you so much. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. If you register and you enter the contest and you get your .live domain, I'm going to have a dedicated show where you're going to have the ability to come on our stream, which, by the way, if you're a younger, I don't like to say small channel, but a newer or younger channel, or even if you're an advanced brand or business, to me, that's huge because not only do you get to hang out on the best live stream on planet Earth, but you get a maximum exposure for your business and your brand because this gets broadcast not only on all the major platforms, but it gets repurposed in a billion different ways. So I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. And Rob, we'll work out the details, but I'm telling you right now, Jake says he's so excited to try his new domain. Awesome, Jake. Thank you for that. He registered.
Great.
So I'm telling you right now, if you register and you go right now to name.com/NezNation, that is replay viewers as well and podcast listeners as well. Angelique says done. We're going to do a follow-up show even after the announcement where we're going to have you guys come on the show. Rob and I, it'll almost be like a free coaching call, but also beautiful advertisement for your live stream and your content. Rob and I will talk to you. We'll give you some help. We'll have a great conversation around domains and how to implement them, best practices, tips, and strategies. We'll do that. Maybe not, anytime soon, but we'll do it sooner than later. I promise you. You hear it here first. I give you my word. We will do that. So start implementing your domain so you can come on Nez Nation Live, hang out with Rob and I, and talk about all the best ways you can utilize this, which helps you grow your impact, helps you grow your income, helps you grow faster. Holy mackerel. I mean, what a valuable show. Rob, thank you so much, man. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you on behalf of the Nez Nation audience. I really appreciate you. And guys, don't forget the announcement of the contest winner coming up soon. Thank you, Rob. We really appreciate you, brother.
Okay. Thanks, Nez. And thanks, everyone. Take care and best wishes.
All right. See ya.
All right.
Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic show. If you got value from this show, give me a hashtag yeah in the chat. I'm so excited. What a fantastic program. And again, don't forget, go to name.com/Nez Nation so you can enter the contest and win your chance of getting a brand new Sony ZV-1 camera. So excited. I want to thank everybody. I want to just give big shouts out. I want to give a big shout out to Anthony Locke, my man, Anthony Locke. I want to give a big shout out to Mark Sequence. I want to give a big shout out to Angelique. I want to give a big shout out to Nano. I want to give a big shout out to Computer Pal Inc., Antoine, Jake. Good to see you. And so many more. Brendan Sparks, Grow with Angie, all you guys that are still here. I really, really appreciate you guys. It means the world to me that you're here. And I really, really hope that you guys will enter this contest because we're going to announce it in just a few weeks. How do you guarantee that you get an announcement? Is you become a Nez Nation insider. ProfessorNez.com/insider. It takes you 2 seconds to sign up for our email list so you get notified. We're going to do a live drawing of the contest winners. So make sure that you become a Nez Nation insider. And on behalf of everyone, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Don't forget Sunday. We got another live stream this Sunday. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I love you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, guys.